new video. I haven't finished the pool house, but I am going to go ahead and put a lean-to. I need the storage for equipment, bikes, and what have you, just to cover it from the weather. So I've got some 2x8 cedars that are going to be my end rafters up here. I got some 2x6x12s that'll be my joists. Yes, they are untreated, but I'm going to paint it, and got some hefty 6x6 posts. So I'm going to go ahead and dig the hole for these. I went ahead and splurged to get this off the ground, protect your poles a little bit longer, because you have to buy these big anchors separate, and if you look on the box, it'll tell you what to get. And then I'll put a washer and a bolt to bolt it down after I put this in the cement. So I'm going to get this started, and you'll see how it comes along. Wide open, it's 12 foot wide. Everything minus the fascia board. I didn't take a video, but I'm glad I put this road in. I did it by hand when we prior to sodding the yard, and it's been very beneficial for getting heavy equipment to and from the back of the yard. I'm not crazy about this, but I had to build up this form. The elevation on the lot falls pretty well. You can see on the pool house, you can see how high this end is. So just shot up a little form. So my pole is going to be sitting on this concrete, but I've tried not to make it too wide. This is probably 12, so 6 will be sitting in the middle. But I had to do it to get it up. Everything's set. First, temporary bracing it on around these edges. Went ahead and set these down. Before I hung my back joist up, I went ahead and marked out these. I think it's 24 inches. I got my cap, so mark this just in case any water gets behind here. I'm gonna go ahead and hang my joist right here. I'm not gonna finish nailing until I finish hanging the raft. All right, all these are done, and I did something a little bit unique. So this is a 2x8. These rafters right here are 2x6s. So it's gonna give an end piece right here. You can see I left a gap right there for that 2x6. I'm sorry, 2x8. So from right here, this 2x8 is going to give it a really beefy feel, just looking at it from the outside. The inside, untreated. Again, I'm painting it 2x6s, only 7 of them on a 16-foot run, kept down on cost. So I'm pretty excited how this is going to come out. Still waiting for this to harden. I'm going to have to put these in tomorrow. And I don't think there's much more I can do today, but I'm gonna love how this overhang on the back of this pool house. So I'm glad I have this driveway in. I need to pick up one more bag of concrete, but it keeps me from walking back and forth. So one thing I'm going to do before I put these up, the base is level. So all my boards, or my big 6x6s are 8 feet long. So this front fascia board is going to be, it's a 2x8 by 16. So I'm going to notch this out. What I'm going to do is cut it multiple times right here, and then notch out about 1 inch to match right here, to match my fascia board. So everything should be square. It creates nice stability for everything. So what I'm gonna do is cut, and then notch it out. I realized both my portable saw blade and my electric saw blade are dull, because I had that one reversed to cut metal. So I took the chainsaw out. But here, about every 1.5 inches, I cut it, and then I'm going to take a, whatchamacallit, and notch it out. But it'll work. I don't know the exact angle on this roof, but just shaving off a little angle. It doesn't have to be perfect because I have those hangers up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get everything prepped. So when tomorrow I put in my poles, I can just throw up these rafters. So I have everything prepped for tomorrow after my footings get dried and I can hang those posts. All my rafters are ready. Here's the big beefy 2x8 followed by untreated 2x6s. They're light, easy to work with, and get an extra set of hands out here tomorrow. I did all this by myself today, but pop these posts up, finish nailing them in up there on the all right, all ready. Waiting game. Need concrete to harden right here, bolt that in, screw it in, and then nail and get everything together. I even have my running boards, which are a 2x4 up there, and then order my metal and I will be done. The phone died before I could show you hanging all these up, but all I did is went ahead and put in my hangers. Here's the 2x8, hung these up. I did not do a bird's mouth. Instead, I bought these little brackets, and instead of doing another 2x8 brace on the back, I just did a 2x4 brace on the back. But I did notch out the front, as you guys saw. And then pop a line up here and cut off the end of the rafters. That's pretty much it. Metal's coming tomorrow. So I'm gonna get this opened up. I just put a piece up there just to see what I'm working with. Let's see. I could leave a little gap here in the back. I would obviously need to notch out that end, but pretty good. I knew I was gonna have to cut off some of the end. So I'm gonna cut this out, pop a line, cut this flush, and then I have to cut a bunch of these flush. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop a line, start working on that. And then I also have, so what I'm gonna do here is these end rafters come out just about an inch or two further than these. Oh, I'm sorry, an inch or two back further than these other rafters. So I'm gonna start putting a nice vertical line right here. I'm gonna mark it with a red pen. Then I'm gonna pop my line all the way back. So for example, put it up here, lined it up, put a mark, cut that, and then run my line all the way back. Same thing on this side, cut it, pop my line, got my line down there, cut that, and ready to go. Cut both of these with my handy little cordless saw, and you can see what I'm talking about. See that right there? That one further down there, and then this one. And then I'm gonna pop a line from here to there and cut the rest of the rafters. Popping this line right here on the edge. You see these are sticking out a little bit further. I'm about to cut these off. I'll run a vertical line after I get my blue mark. Blue lines, and then I will take my level like this. And once I get it level, I'm gonna draw a red line, just the marker I have. Like, so conceptually, this is what I'm talking about. You see that line right there, those red lines all the way down. Just gonna grab my little nifty portable saw, cut them all off. There you have it, straight run. Since these are untreated, I'm gonna paint them. I'm gonna go ahead and put that little house wrap tape on the back, because when I put a fascia board on here, it keeps all the moisture off of the end of this untreated. Even though I'm gonna paint this, so that should be protected, but this won't, unless I went ahead and painted it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just put a piece of tape over it. Get the moisture from my fascia off my rafter. As you can tell, a pair of scissors and the tape. I love this stuff. This stuff is perfect. I don't have much of a drop or angle on this roof, but still, you don't want your end board coming over. So if you put a little speed square up here and bump it up to the end of the speed square, that's where you need to nail your end board. So you can see my runners up here for my metal. This is just a tad bit off, but not enough. It'll overhang and be nice. So just toenail this in. This one sits a little bit better. Put one nail in there. That's what my metal will be screwed down to. Put 2 marks right here because I'm gonna pop a line across the middle too. So when I'm screwing into this, it's a 2x4, I can make sure I'm hitting it. Just gonna nail this down up here on the top and keep it going. All right, turn off. All right, so I'm missing 2 bores, one 2x4 and another 2x3 or 2x4 up there on the top just to finish these runners. But this is what this will look like. By the way, I did go ahead and finish the top. I had to do that, I think, before I got the roof on there, so I'm not walking on it. So I did do that. If you notice from the beginning of my video to this, I went ahead and finished all the hardy on that small house and just went ahead and ran it to there. But there's a flashing that goes underneath that hardy and out. So I'm gonna tuck this up underneath that and then create a little bit of overhang right here. Chose not to do the side piece right here because I like the cedar look, the wood look. It's going to be painted, but still I like the wood versus the, like I did on the chicken house. I did cover the edge of that, but I like this better. So I'm going to do that. I have about 2 inch overhang. If I want to do gutters, I can. If not, this is what I'm rolling with. So I didn't get a chance to finish videoing last night, but I did complete the project. This is how it turned out. You can see how I've already got some stuff underneath there. Maybe clean it up a little bit. Well, I love the way it turned out. Overhang. Everything minus the fascia board.